Dramatic entrance. Hi, my name is Ritolo and I am doing my master's degree at the University of Pretoria. I'm specializing in meteorology, in particular, dynamic meteorology, the study of atmospheric motions and the forces that bring them about. At the very bare essence, it's creating a mathematical model of the atmosphere following conservation laws, that is, the conservation of mass, momentum, energy, moisture as well. Yeah, I think those are about it. Not not very easy. Not a very easy, but not a very easy field, you know. Not a very easy field. But I've always, me personally, I've always liked the challenge. Besides that, so this is, I think, the pilot episode, the first episode of what I want to begin as a vlog of my entire master's degree and hopefully my PhD degree as well. You know, if things go well, it's gonna be, you know. But this is highly inspired by vlogs that I would watch back in undergrad. Um, by Simon Clark, right? So there's this YouTuber Simon Clark. He was documenting his PhD in atmospheric sciences and meteorology. It was such an inspiring vlog series of vlogs to watch, and I thought to myself, like, it would be very cool if ever we could have something like that here at the university, or at least in South Africa at the very least, you know, just so that people can have a good understanding of what goes into a master's degree, what goes into a PhD, you know. And, you know, being in the position that I am now, I thought to myself, like, I guess, I guess I have to do it. I guess I have to do it. So when you're doing something like this, you're essentially exposing yourself, opening yourself up to, like, you know, critique and judgment and whatnot. But I think in the grand scheme of things, it is necessary or very helpful, because I think to myself that in later years, maybe there could be another me, you know, who's as curious to think like, hey, what actually goes into a master's degree and what can I be doing? What can be expected of me? And maybe, just maybe, that could inspire the next person to go beyond just an honors degree to get a job or employment and maybe actually further their studies. I really like the idea of constantly learning something. You know, it's something to me where it's like it, it's such a satisfying feeling. And so, you know, when I was granted the opportunity to do my master's degree, I thought to myself like, yeah, let's do it, you know. So yeah, I think before more than anything, I should maybe give an introduction of who I am. So I grew up in a town called Carltonville, right? It's in Merafong. It was a pretty nice town, you know, especially growing up. Now lately, a bit shaky, you know, but I mean, still home, still consider it home. Then I came here to Pretoria in 2022. That was when I did my first year. When I tell you the horror stories of undergrad, that was a very difficult time of my life. First year was absolutely, whew. However, you know, made it out alive some way, somehow, made it. I'll expand in later videos how me finishing in record time was almost, oof. Yeah, hey, nah. I did then did my honors degree last year. Actually did a lot, quite good in my honors degree. I can't I'll be honest. Um, so here I am. Yeah. What else is there? Oh, at this point of my degree, because I mean I am in my first year of this degree. I am still in the phase of drafting my proposal. When you're doing something like a project, your master's degree or your PhD, even your honors degree, like in honors, you do a research project, you have to submit a proposal, of which is a document that details what it is that you want to investigate. I guess for example, in my case, part like a weather system called a cutoff flow. Try to give a very good explanation of what it is and the significance of whatever it is that you're investigating. And after that, then you have to give a good explanation of how you're intending on doing this. So you can't just go in thinking like, "Ah, okay, I wanna." No, no. You have to give a detailed explanation of also how you want to do it, which is not as straightforward as it seems, you know. But yes, so up until now, I've been busy with my um, proposal. So about 2 days ago, I submitted my first draft to my supervisor, and I am hoping for feedback that I should be getting in about a couple of days. What I'm thinking about this vlog is that it might not necessarily be an educational one, right? I don't think I'm in a position to educate people per se. We don't have the qualifications. I said I don't have the capacity. However, I can expand upon what it is in particular that I'm doing and why I'm doing it. At the very least, this is getting the word of academia out there. My particular field is quite small. Not a lot of people are aware of it. And perhaps this could be, you know, the platform to get more people onto it. This field that I find to be very beautiful. It's a culmination of everything. I mean, there's mathematics, there's physics, there's computer science, there's big data analysis in it, you know, and there's so many skills that you learn from this field that I think can be extrapolated into any sort of field, really. More to higher learning than just getting the degree and going to work, you know. So yeah, that's been me, and I think more than anything, that's yeah, yeah. I think at a later stage I'll expand upon like what it is um I'm doing in particular, and maybe that's going to be the next episode. Uh, yeah. Anyway, see y'all in the next one. Deuces.